I'm Klara, Adalena, and I want to share with you a story of hope and trust and challenge. It's about a chicken and a farmer, chickens and farmer. And they live happily together. When one of the chickens dies, the farmer goes to the market to get a new one. But there's no more chickens. On the way back through the forest, he has an idea when he sees an eagle's nest. He takes a fledgling out and he puts it among the chickens. And the little eagle, not knowing any better, starts to behave like a chicken, and they're all happy again. Until a fowler comes, a bird lover, a bird knower. And he looks and he says, "Farmer, you have an eagle among your chickens." The farmer says, "I know, I put it there." The fowler is confused, looks better, and then says, but my, that one is an eagle too, and that one too, and that one too, and they're all eagles. And the farmer says, "Yes, I got all of them. My chickens died long ago, and all the time I've been filling the run with little eagles. And now it's all eagles, but they all think they're chickens, and it works fine." The fowler is really shocked and hurt. And he takes one of the eagles, puts it on the arm, and says, "I see the eagle in you. Connect to the eagle in you. Feel your wings and fly." But the little eagle just goes down. The fowler doesn't give up. They go onto the roof, and there the fowler holds the eagle in the wind and says, "I see the eagle in you. Feel your eagle heart, your eagle soul, and fly." The little eagle is scared, sees the other eagle chickens beneath, and goes down. The fowler has a hard night. And then, next morning, she's very determined. She takes the farmer, she takes all the eagles, no excuses, and they go into the mountains. And on the way, she shows them everything, how everything is connected, and the beauty of nature. And the animals, the birds, and the farmer, they open up and they relax, and they feel something they haven't felt in a long time. And they see how everything is connected. But then they come to a very high place, and there's nothing and no animals. And the farmer says, "But hey, the cycle of life, isn't there supposed to be life here too?" "Yes," says the fowler, "here should be the eagles." Aha. And it's as if the little eagles feel it. And they start moving around, and the light starts shining in their eyes. And then they start practicing. And the fowler shapeshifts into a mother eagle and shows them. And then when the wind is just right, and when the sun rises, and the light of the sun is in their eyes, they feel the fire inside, and all the eagles spread their wings and rise. And the farmer has been doing it with them, and discovered that he too has wings. And the farmer and the fowler, as the eagles they are, join them, and they're all up in the air, circling on the winds. And they're starting to move together like fish and birds can, all collectively attuned, one dance in the sky. And all the animals on the earth look up, and they're happy, because they feel the cycle of life is complete again. Now this story is actually a new story. It's the story of our time. And to understand it, we have to use the Jungian perspective. And we have to see every part of it as part of ourselves, our own psyche. The chicken is the ego, not the ego, the ego, the Jungian ego. And the chicken is confined in a run, in a box, and that's how it is. Even though she has very other talents. The farmer is the superego. She's in charge of everything. And he's a very interesting figure in this story, because the farmer is no longer acting in the best interest of himself or the eagles, of life in general. He's holding on to an old system. And it changes when the fowler comes. And the fowler in you, in me, is my inner priestess, inner shaman. And that's the power that's connected to nature in a very primal, pristine way. And she knows the magic that happens when you attune to nature and you co-create with nature. And the fowler is intent on freeing the soul of everyone because she loves everyone in the story. And she holds the birds up, but that's not enough. She holds them up higher, but that's not enough. And the fowler has a very hard night, a dark night of the soul. And then she understands, and she takes them up all the way. Your inner priestess, your inner shaman. This story is inviting her or him to really take your whole psyche and take it out into nature. And here I think nature can be seen as our inner nature, the pristine forest inside of you. And I feel that the nature here is also the actual nature. The story is also telling us that your inner shaman, your inner priestess, is longing to take you in nature. This story tells us that in our time, in order to become the eagle that you are, it's essential to connect to the priestess or the shaman and to go up high in nature. Feel again your spot in the cycle. And this is what used to be called an initiation, where you connect to powers that you always had, but you never knew, and that somehow your system was not capable yet of holding, of living. And thanks to the earth, and thanks to the sun, and thanks to the wind, and thanks to the mountain, this can happen for you, for me, for all of us. And we can all take our new place in life. So may it be.